gotta do when we're doing it live. There we go. Add to stream. Here we
Yeah,
go.
good night. Good night,
Hey,
good night, good
hey,
night.
good night, good night. You are on. Blessings,
Yeah,
blessings, blessings. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Good. What? Oh, I am, child. You see, I'm fabulous. You see me. You see how I look. I do my thing. Just saying. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for just coming on. Thank you so much just for coming on here on Night Chat with me. And I think it was wonderful. I thank you so, so much. So I just want you to give us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about, just tell us stuff about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Cleveland. I'm from Lavatel, aka Bunuchi, that is my artist name. And I'm under this team called Black Italy. And what we just do, we represent like a different style of music now. It's like taking the Trinidad, the new wave of music, and just adding that little tape number, like that little Western culture that is making more marketable to the world itself. Um, I don't know. I feel like on the spot here for some reason. Like yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is your platform. This is a time where you get, to share your wonderful, the things that you're
Like I'm
doing,
like I'm
positive.
even yeah, like I sweat and all kind of things, plus I'm nervous. But yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you guys know? Listen, you are on Cheryl Taylor Show, honey. You get to relax and keep it 100. That's how we do here. You know how we do. You know, you just
I
say,
feel like I
take a
feel like
break. Do like me, take a drink. Yeah,
take a drink.
glass. I ain't gonna say what's in my glass. We ain't gonna go there.
But I
I'm just saying, but
right.
just relax and this, and you're doing wonderful things. You're doing your music, and I want you to just tell me a little bit. I know you said that your mom is also musically inclined, and she kind of helped shape you into how you represented yourself. And how was that for you?
Yeah, she sings as well, but it was more like constructive criticism, but like criticism nonetheless. It's like it's like like she would be there saying things like, "Oh, you're not sounding good. That like that key out, that's out of key. That's like position yourself more, holding mic better at performances." And I really appreciate it. At the time, I didn't know that it was like constructive. I just felt like, she just basically camped my style for what I want to do. But sooner or later, I realized that like little tips she gave me along the way just like build me up into a better artist, um make me more professional as well. So yeah.
Well, that was good. So tell me about the first time you started recording, like when you knew that, how did you feel when you did your first, was it a self accomplishment? And what was that song kind of basically targeting kind of about? How do you come about with your music?
I was frightened the first time I recorded a song because I'd never heard myself before, so like singing into a mic and then hearing it back, I was like, that's how terrible I song. I was like, I really shouldn't be doing this. And the environment was, they were trying to make it comfortable for me, but like seeing everybody around just watching you, waiting to see what you was going to do. Like I think like a lot of people start recording like in their room and thing, but for me, I was exposed to a studio from early on, and people were there expecting stuff, and and that expectation kind of weighed on me. But sooner or later, I got into it like anything else. The more I did it, the easier it became. So I feel like from very young, 17, even like I was able to just be around the music industry with different artists of different genres. So I feel like I was able to benefit from that the various artists that was around, the diverse pool of genres. Yeah.
Awesome. And I know you are like a more like a dancehall,
Yeah.
more rap onto that rap side is more what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Child,
It is.
I've heard it PG and I've heard it explicit. I was like, okay, go ahead, do your thing.
I try not to censor too much because I believe in censorship. We just sometimes hide the emotion that we wanted to put forward. But I'm not saying that everything's supposed to be raw and explicit. And I just say like sometimes
Yeah.
it helps you to connect to the audience more.
Oh, well, there you go. So it's more about connectivity more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Because
you've been you've been around for a while doing the music and
Yeah.
doing your wonderful music. And what is something you would say to the young generation around like yourself who are trying to come up like yourself in doing music, how they represent themselves, how they do the art form? What kind of advice? Because I know you said you were trying to also, help kids in an environment where they can socially see their true art form and less violence.
Um, I think one thing to remember in the beginning is that you have to remember, even though you might be putting your real points across and your real views across, one thing you need to remember is at the end of the day, when you start doing music on a mainstream level, or like you become a product, and as a product there are steps that comes with a product. You have to know the game, the business side of it. I think a lot of young artists, you just focus on getting the craft out and wanting people to be heard, but the side effects to not knowing the business aspect is that you sometimes are exploited, and that happens a lot. It happens more than not. And I think that they should remember that even though they are being artists and expressing themselves, to the people above them, the people around them, the managers, the agents, everyone is just, you are a product.
Hmm.
You are a product. And I think that we sometimes lost ourselves in that, and we start to become the product. So even though we might be singing about drive by 17 shots and a boy to the mall and these kind of things, we have to remember at the end of the day that this might be our way to express ourselves, but it's not to go out there and try to push it in the youth's head like, oh, this is me and this is what I think you should do because this is the way we live. And at the end of the day, it's just an art. It's just an art. And I remember speaking to you earlier on, and I was like, we don't expect that the actor like Robert Downey Jr. We don't expect him when we see him in person to go and put on an Iron Man suit and go and say Port of Spain. So we don't expect you as an artist now every time we see you for you to have a gun on you to be shooting someone. At the end of the day, it's an art form. Even though you are expressing yourself and speaking about things around you, it's still an art form.
Mm,
That's my perception on how you should see it coming up, like initially coming into it.
nice. And I have a question for one of the viewers here. He says, "Does do you consider yourself a Trini bad artist?" As the question was asked, do you consider him? Do you consider yourself a Trini bad? That's what he said, a Trini bad artist.
Well, I no, well,
Oh,
initially, to be honest, no. Initially, to be honest, no, because I tend to want it to go more to the to a more Western market. And when I say Western, we in the Western world, but when I say Western, I mean more America, more European. Like, but I went on Audio Mac a couple of days ago and I saw my song on a Trinidad playlist. So probably I am,
mm,
probably I
mm.
am, probably. Narcos. I don't know if the viewer know that song Narcos is on the area code radio. You can go and check it out if you want. And yeah,
They
probably.
possibly do. And here's another question from the same person. What do you think of that movement?
I think it's inspiring. I think it's inspiring. I think it's so inspiring and powerful that I'm not saying that it competes with soca, but I'm saying that to a younger generation, it's probably more captivating. And I
Hmm.
think that the people in the music industry, whether soca or dancehall, owe it to the culture of soca and calypso to try to innovate the culture in a way that both sex of music, both genre of music could be represented without one taken from the other. I think that segregating soca music to just that particular time in the year
Hmm.
is what wounded the art form itself, and now it seems like Trinidad is like, where's the word? The heir to the throne.
Anthony,
So it's very inspiring, and it's giving us youths a chance to like express ourselves, and they're giving us a platform, yeah, to express ourselves to be heard, because we feel like we don't need the music mafia or whatever people let's call it to come and give us the opportunity. Now we have the internet, and from the internet we basically inspire the radio stations, because the songs that play on the internet and the youths that love it there, it eventually translates to the radio because that's what I want to hear. So I think that the Trinidad it is a movement that I don't think it could be stopped at this point. I don't think it could be.
Is it getting recognition internationally as well?
Oh yeah, well I heard recently Burna Boy, that's an international Afrobeat artist. He was playing Swanee and these local artists. So I think it's coming to come. And
It's getting more recognition. Well, I think
yeah,
that's what he's saying. Oh, I'm sorry. He's saying it's getting more recognition internationally. So
it is. It
it's
is. It
getting,
is.
it is. Well, that's
It is.
awesome. So
It is.
wonderful. And although we have it scrolling at the bottom where we can find you, I want to thank you for being a part of our conversation here tonight, for passing through. I just want you to just, if you can, what is you have any latest projects, any latest CDs, any latest things you're working on that we can expect from you?
Yeah, well, currently I'm working on no, I'm not working on an EP. I'm supposed to be working on an EP, but actually I'm working. I'm supposed to be working on an EP, but
Let me
you
know
know,
how it goes.
no, I don't know if any of the viewers smokers as well, but smoking tends to procrastinate ideas and situations. But I am working on it. I am working on it.
Let me tell you, one of them is chatting and tell me they're waiting for the free dub plates. He's a DJ. Big up to just saying to Dynamite songs on here. Big up, big up.
That is not a problem. That is not a problem. Yeah. Like you could. I I'm working on releasing some music videos just now. I have a song out called Archeries. I'm currently working on it. The visuals are finished. They're just editing. Like the person that is editing it is like a smoker just like me. So
Okay.
trying.
Dynamic
But
songs, we're waiting for that free dub plate, honey. We just
no,
saying, do
that is
something
not a
to
problem.
it.
That is not a problem. Tell them you can message me at
Okay.
Bunuchi17 Instagram.
Yeah.
Um uh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so you can message me there. Yeah.
There you go. Cause and look out for him. And listen, Dynamic. Put in the comments there. Cause I think he does Lock and Loaded. I just didn't have, you know, I didn't have all the details. He does some called Lock and Loaded. So I need you. Yeah, I think your information is scrolling there, but we can find you on Instagram at Bunuchi17. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And one other thing before you go, he says, if you have ever done a dub plate before, have you ever done any dub plates? Or would this be a first, or would it be, how does that work for you?
I've done some doubles, but nothing really serious before, and I
Okay.
think it's not for lack of people asking, but for lack of me being me thinking that I'm capable of it. Like it was always something that was different to me, not like just singing over the
Okay.
song. But I definitely will.
Good.
I have no
All
problem with
right.
that.
So we're looking out for it. We're gonna hold you to it. Dynamic song,
Yeah,
hold you to it. The
yeah. Tell them
Empress,
just message me, Bunuchi 17.
just saying it's going on, it's there. So listen, thank you so much. We get this for being a
Yeah,
part
he,
of
he messaged me already, so it's.
see how connections are made. I'm just saying it all goes
Yeah,
down here on night chat. Just saying.
yeah, yeah.
I want to
Big
thank
up
you so
night
much.
chat.
It was so wonderful. Thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us, sharing your wonderful story with us. And stay tuned. All that might be clicking you off, but you can stay on there. You know. And oh yeah, wonderful. He said, yo, that's what it is. You see, the hookups come from the. I'm just saying, y'all remember the small people. Okay.
Nah,
So
DJ Chery Taylor is not a small person. She's a big. She's
okay,
the big. She is the
we
big people.
we ain't sticking. He said, no sticking. That's it, no
And I
sticking.
would like, to compliment you on your style tonight. You look. I like if you look gorgeous tonight. So
Oh, thank you. You see, look at
yeah,
that. I'll
yeah,
catch up. Oh, thank you, darling.
yeah,
Look at that. I
yeah.
thank you so much. I do what I can, though.
It's a lot. You're doing a lot.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And of course, you can get Bunuchi on Instagram at Bunuchi17. And of course we can stay tuned and update you when the dub plays and everything else is coming out. Thank you so much again. We love you. Thank you so much. You
My
can stay
pleasure.
for
Thank you.
the hot topic letter. You can stay for that, honey, for the hot topic letter coming soon. So listen, guys, we're gonna get into the hot topic letter. So don't go nowhere. Bunuchi was with us. Yay! I'll be right back after this. Thank you so much, Bunuchi. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.
Good.
Listen, guys, thank you so much for him coming in on the deal with us. We had that was really awesome. Had a wonderful time, and sharing his music with us. Okay, so we're gonna get into the hot topic letter right after this.
Tune into Night Chat with the Empress herself, Cheryl T. Every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. on Facebook at I Am Cheryl Taylor. For trending topics, social issues, special guests, entertainment, and the hot topic letter. Follow Cheryl on Instagram and Twitter at Cheryl Taylor Show.